Hello, my name is Rachel and I'm here today to do the Finally Fall book tag, which is a book tag I've just seen going around BookTube this week and thought looked fun. If you can hear music in the background, that is my dad just being a knob. But I assume you won't be able to hear it that loud because my mum won't be into this music, so it'll go off soon anyway. So I'm going to look at my phone a lot for this video because I have the questions on my phone. But yeah, let's get started. So the first question is, in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. Now, I picked a book that I remember as having a very, very vivid setting, but I haven't read it in a very, very long time. And I really, really want to reread it, but at the same time, I don't want to reread it. I want to read all of his other work because his other work sounds amazing. But I remember disliking this one a little bit, but I think it's because I did it for so long at GCSE that I was just like, oh, I can't do it anymore. But it is John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. This tells the story of Lenny and George, and they basically are like, it's all about the American dream, and they like go across the country trying to like get enough money and get their American dream and all that kind of stuff. But there are some absolutely beautiful descriptions in this. I remember not liking it when I first read it, but I was reading it really as fast as I could because I needed to finish it before we started doing it in class. And I remember once we were studying it, I could appreciate the like different strategies and techniques that Steinbeck had used to sort of like get you in the novel and stuff. And I feel like now that I'm a bit older, I would actually appreciate those things, but also like the story. So I do really want to reread this, but I also have Grapes of Wrath, East of Eden, and Tortilla Flat that I really, really, really want to read, and I feel like I do actually already know this pretty well. So yeah, I don't know if this will get a reread anytime soon, but yeah, there's that one. Question number 2. Nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. So I'm going to pick one that has grief in the title, and it is Grief is a Thing with Feathers. I read this towards the end of last year and just, oh my god, this was one of the most amazing things I've ever read. I absolutely loved it. It's so well written. It's like, it's a bit blank verse and it's a bit like poetry, and then it's a bit like a story, and it's very, very strange, but it's just amazing and it's so beautiful, and it just, oh my god, I just loved it so much. And I am planning to take it back to Switzerland with me when I go back this time, and I'm going to take Crow back with me and read Crow and then read this, because I've never read Crow by Ted Hughes, and this book is actually not based on, but references that book a lot apparently, so I think it would be fun to read that one and then reread this one because I love this anyway, and this is like the quickest read, and it's just, oh, I just love it so much. Question number 3 is, fall is back to school season. Share a non-fiction book that taught you something new. So for this I'm going to pick a non-fiction that I read kind of recently, and it was Unlighted by Stephen King. This is Stephen King's memoir about the craft of writing and how he writes and his sort of method and a few tips and like stuff like that for aspiring writers. And I learned from this that I need to like stop putting so much pressure on myself. Like, number 1, I do want to be a writer, but I'm also only 23, and I shouldn't be putting so much pressure on myself to have like written a masterpiece by now. Like, it's ridiculous. Also to copy other people. So a lot of people talk about planning and structure and all these things, and I try really hard to do that, and I find it so difficult to structure any of my ideas, and I lose a lot of, what's the word, that like build up that you get as you're running with a story. I lose it when I start planning. So I've always found it really difficult, and like Stephen King doesn't do that. He just writes like as he goes and sees where the story takes him. So I think I'm going to try and do that and see how that goes for the next few months. But yeah, he just is very like, just trust in yourself. You're doing all right. Don't just compare yourself to other people, because the only other people you can compare yourself to are the people who succeeded and published, whereas you can't compare yourself to the people who are still on their way to doing that because they've not done it yet. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. This was just really good. I liked this. Then question number 4 says, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you'd like to be a part of. I haven't picked a household, family, or friend group. I just saw something from my shelf and was like, oh, that would be amazing. And it is just like the world, and I mean, I guess they're like a friend group. She's friends with a lot of the like creatures there and stuff. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. So I would love to go to Wonderland from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and just meet all the little creatures and stuff that she hangs with in this. This is just one of the best books of all time, and this is like a really old edition that I bought, and it's so pretty. It's so cute. It has like the cutest little illustrations, and it's from 1952. Question number 5. The colourful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall-coloured spines, or autumn-coloured if you are English, because, yeah, getting really confused, keep saying fall, but yeah, anyway. I have these ones, because these are all like orangey and red and cool. So this is Percy Jackson, The Last Olympian, Golden Sun, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Autumn, and A Monster Calls. I have only read 2 of these books, so kind of an embarrassing pile to hold up of just a lot of books I haven't read. Question number 6. Fall is a perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. For this, I'm picking just one of the best books in the entire world of all time, and it is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. This is one of my favourite copies that I have of Wuthering Heights. I have like a few, well, I have more than a few editions of Wuthering Heights actually, which hopefully you will see soon. But yeah, this is one of my favourites. I just think it's really, really beautiful, and it has these lovely like tattoo type pictures on, and it has decorated edges and French flaps, and yeah, the French flaps open to make a massive picture, and they're just really, really cool. And the sizes of the pages are so big compared to normal books, so this is amazing. And yeah, obviously we have Lockwood telling a story in here, and inside that story is Nellie telling a story, and inside that story is like different bits of story, like Kathy tells Nellie some stories, and then some stories are stuff that Nellie has, so there's a lot of storytelling in this book, and it's absolutely fantastic, and the most autumny book of all time. People are actually sat at a fireside for a lot of this book, so this just, Question number 7. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. Oh, this is one of the scariest books I have read. Like, the only author that I've read who proper scares me is Stephen King, except for this book, because this book terrified me. And it is Let the Right One In by John Ajvide Linkvist. That's what I'm gonna go with. This is terrifying. This is truly, truly, truly terrifying. This is about a little boy called Oscar who meets Eli, another child, who, does it tell you on the back? It just says Oscar and Eli, in very different ways, they were both victims, which is why against the odds they became friends, and how they came to depend on one another for life itself. Oh yeah, it does say. So Eli's a 200-year-old vampire, forever frozen in childhood and condemned to live on a diet of fresh blood. She's not really the scary one. There's one specific character in this who I just find is just phenomenally well written, and is just so terrifying to me. He is the one who looks after Eli, and yeah, like, I wrote an essay for my Gothic class on the guy in this, and the dad in The Shining, and how like monsters are real. And yeah, because I find stuff like that the scariest. Like in It, I don't find any. Well, the clown's a bit scary, but a lot of the stuff that happens, I don't find that scary. But the stuff to do with the humans, or like the girl's dad, or anything like that, terrifying. Human shit, terrifying. Yeah, this creepy as fuck. So enjoy that if you decide to read it. I mean, I wouldn't personally go for that one if you aren't specifically into that sort of thing, but it is absolutely fantastic. Question number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. I picked 2 books for these. I think the best things to read on, like, when it's raining and you're stuck inside, are graphic novels, because you tend to, like, it's just a good time to read the whole thing in one. You have time, and graphic novels are just so much more enjoyable when you read the whole thing at once. So the first one is very, very, very short, and it is Night Lights by Lorana Alvarez. This is the cutest book. This is published by No Brow, and yeah, it's so adorable. It's about this little girl, and she has these really cool drawings that kind of come alive around her. Oh, they're just so beautiful. Basically, someone in her class like notices her drawings and goes from there. It's very, 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 very short, but it's just so cute and so beautiful and just the most fun. So there's that one, and then the other one is on the longer side of a graphic novel. You can easily read it in like 2 or 3 hours, and it is Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley. This is just so cute, and the drawings in this are adorable. The woman in it is just so funny. Yeah, I just love this story, and it has some like just really cute illustrations and stuff, and I really like it. I haven't read any of the Scott Pilgrim books, and I do keep meaning to, because I love this so much that I feel like I would really love the Scott Pilgrim ones. I just haven't picked them up yet, but this is fantastic, so this is good for rainy days. Question number 9 is fall returns every year. Name an old favourite that you'd like to return to soon. So I'm taking this back to Switzerland because I want to reread it. As with lots of books, I just want to reread Grace Sing of Feathers, want to reread Of Mice and Men, want to reread Wuthering Heights, and want to reread this one, which are all books that I seem to keep mentioning. But anyway, the one I want to return to the soonest is The Shining by Stephen King. So I'm taking this back to Switzerland with me, and I'm going to wait until it's snowing, and then I'm going to read it, which sounds like a suicide mission, but I'm just, that'd just be great. Like, this is my favourite Stephen King book. This is just the best book. This is just, I love it so much, and I'm so excited to reread it, and rereading it when it's snowing, I'm going to be absolutely terrified, because everything in this book terrifies me, like, oh my god. But it's fantastic. It's basically about this family who go and look after a hotel that's up in the hills for the winter season, because they can't open because it snows too much. But someone has to go and like keep the heating going and stuff, you know, so the pipes don't freeze up and things like that. And it's basically, so it's a mum, a dad and a little kid who go, and this book basically follows them and their season at the hotel. And yeah, shit ensues, but it's fantastic and amazing and like the best book ever. Question number 10. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favourite cozy reading accessories. So, I mean, my main just reading accessory is glasses. But after that one, I'm gonna say Marks and Spencer's vegetarian sweets are just phenomenal. These aren't my favourite. Colin the Caterpillars are my favourites, but I got a pack of them for my birthday and destroyed them straight away because they're amazing. But yeah, go for Colin the Caterpillars and then go for Perspix. Because next thing is seasonal candles. So the first and main one is things like this. So this is sparkling cinnamon, which is just like the loveliest thing. And yeah, I really like gingerbread and cinnamon candles for reading with. I just think they're like really nice to have, so that's great. And then towards the like latter half of autumn, when it's like getting a bit more Christmassy, I like stuff like this, which is sugared apple, which is really, really, really delicious. I like always have candles going when I'm reading because it's just like, why would you not? And then my other reading accessory is tea. So this is actually so good. This is a cup of Tea Pig's peppermint tea, which I got the other day, and it's just delicious. It's so good. Peppermint tea, I think, is my favourite tea at the moment. I go through a lot of different stages of tea. So yeah, I think that's my favourite at the moment. Also, green tea with mint I've been having, that's quite nice. And also this rooibos tea, which I hadn't had before. I got it for my birthday, but it's actually quite delicious. And this peppermint tea is quite nice as well. I haven't opened the ones on the end. They're just Earl Grey and English breakfast. Earl Grey I actually do love, but yeah, not opened it yet. If you watch this video and you want to do this tag, just go do this tag. You don't need me to tag you. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!